All right, welcome back, guys. So like I said, on this video we'll be talking about sponsorship. So if you're coming to my channel for the first time, please do not forget to click the subscribe button. Yes, that button. Yeah, the subscribe button. Yeah, please try to click it. Thank you. And now please turn on the notification bell and also like our videos. If you also have questions that is bothering you, anything you want to ask, please drop it on the comment section and I will answer them appropriately. Thank you. So like I said, on this video we want to be talking about visa sponsorship. There is proof of funds and statement of account, how to go about the whole stuff of sponsorship. Now I would like to explain what sponsorship is. Sponsorship is the person that would actually be providing financial assistance for you for your visa application. It can be self-sponsored or being sponsored by somebody else. It's all about if you're going to be providing your financial support or if somebody else will be providing financial support for your travel. So now that is the two types of sponsorship. So now the first one we'll be talking about is self-sponsored. If you're going to be sponsoring yourself for your visa application, you need to take note of this. The major thing you need to focus on is your bank statement. I understand that sometimes we may not have all the required amount to prove as proof of financial sustenance, and that's why some of us go for the agents that provide proof of funds and all of that stuff. But I think there are some points where we get it wrong and the agents get it wrong, and it leads to visa denial. What am I trying to say? Visa officers pays too much attention to proof of funds, your bank statement. Some people say they don't go through it. It's a lie. They go through it. And now, if you're trying to work on your bank statement, there is a way to go about it. These people are very psychological and quite smart. So if you're trying to outsmart them, you should make it really neat. If you're, for example, your proof of fund, you need like 4 million or 5 million. I don't know, you can check like that. I'm talking about in Naira, but sometimes proof of funds may be around 4 million, 5 million. It depends. You just have to make the research and know the required proof of fund for the country you are traveling to. But the major focus where I'm trying to explain to you is how to work the money. Some of us will just go to agents and they open account for us, tell us that you know how the old stores goes, and before you know it, bam, bam, you receive the alert and it's just there. They'll tell you to do other transactions just to make the account busy. But a mistake has already been made. They ask you how much you need for proof of fund. You told them, I'm talking of the agent now. You told them and they just dropped the money in your account like that. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. What you need to do is drop the money bit by bit. Tell the agent you don't want the money to be sent to you once. So even if you created the account, even if you create their bank account in their preferred bank, they are in control of the account. So between the 3 months that you need to provide this proof of fund, you can drop this money sequentially. Today you can drop 1 million. Tomorrow you drop 500. The next day, you tell them to take out 200. You just have to be in touch with the agent, and they need to pay too much attention on your document, on your bank statement rather. You understand? Because it is you. So it is you that needs it. So you need to be following it up. You need to have a balance sheet of credit and debit. You understand what I'm saying? We know where we are going to. We know we are going to 5M, right? Now, don't allow them to just drop 5M on your account, back credit alert 5M, and you want to draw it, and they'll just tell you to go on with other transactions on the account. No, because normally, definitely, if me and you know, other transactions on the account will not be up to that amount they dropped. You get me? For example, now they dropped 5 million and they told you that, okay, start using the account so that the account will be busy. And what we are seeing on the account on your normal transaction is 200K, 100K, 50K. It doesn't match with the 5M they dropped in the beginning. It holds a lot of question. Why this so much amount and the remaining transactions are not even something close to that first amount. So it's better you build the amount, you build that account in line with your capacity. What am I trying to say? Come. Let them send you 1M first. The next day or 2 days later, let them send you 500K first. Another 500K. That is 1.5. Yeah? That 1.5 now. Continue with your transaction. If guys can have a program, let them debit you 200K, but you'll be taking note so that you won't make mistake. Be taking note. Then maybe like for a week later, they credit you 2M. That 2M now, when you check the account balance, is now on 3M, but the money has scattered in your account. The money has scattered in your account. It will even build your statement of account. Your statement of account will be very fat and very active. You don't just need to drop the money there, bam, once. No. So when you are doing all these little transactions, today you put 2 million, tomorrow you remove 500. The next day you put 1.5. And eventually it's now on that 5M. Bam. So even if you don't do a solid transaction on your own, even if it's always 10K, 20K transaction, 50K, 100K transactions you are doing, it still adds to it. But the statement of account will look so original. You understand what I mean? So don't let them drop the money in your account once. Bah, it's psychological. These people understand. They know that proof of funds agents they run them. You understand? They know proof of funds agents they run them. So try to make sure that they don't drop the money in your account once. You understand? So that is if you are going for self-sponsored. This also applies to if you are being sponsored by your relative or somebody. It also applies. It's the same thing. It's the same logic. The only additional thing to it is, that is the second part I want to talk about now. If you're being sponsored by either a friend, a relative, that is the second part now. We are done with the name. We are done with the bank statement. Now it's about who is your sponsor. Like, who is going to sponsor you? Who is your sponsor? There is a trick. You hold greater chance of visa approval if you are being sponsored by your parents, because you have the same surname, your brother, your sister, be it your junior brother, your senior brother, your junior sister, your senior sister, be it anybody in your family that has the same surname with you, you have a higher chances of visa approval. Why? Because of the surname. The bank statement magic, that's first one we talk about, can still come in place, but on whose account will it be? If you want to, you understand? So all these people I mentioned that has the same surname with you, you have greater chances. You understand what I mean? Now, if you want to use your uncle, maybe your uncle or your auntie, they are providing you with the statement of accounts because they are up to the tax and they don't need an agent to work the whole proof of fund for you. They are giving you their original proof of fund. It's okay, but you will require additional documents. Additional documents I'm trying to say is any document that proves your bond as a family, any documents that can prove that this person you are claiming is your uncle is related to you, be it your father or your mother. You know, sometimes now your mom gets married, and when she gets married, her surname automatically changes to your father's name. So like she now drops her father's surname and is using your father's name. You understand what I mean? So in situation like that, you now want to use your uncle from your mother's side. You know that your uncle now is still using their own surname, like he's still using your mother's family surname, but your mother's surname has changed because she's now married to your father. Do you understand the logic? So now that your uncle now wants to sponsor you, your surname is not the same, but is your uncle because it's from your maternal side. The only thing you need to do is you provide additional documents proving that this man is your mother's brother. Be it a document showing your mother's former name, you get, just any document that can prove that this is your uncle from your maternal home and your mom surname changed due to marriage. You can even use your mom's change of name. You know, when what's it called? I don't know if they still I don't know if they do it back then, but you know, now that when ladies get married, even in their bank accounts, there's this change of name and all those stuff. So all those documents that carries change of name, official change of name from so name to another name, you can attach it. It will show that you have a tie with this person that is your sponsor. It's not that you're bringing anybody to sponsor you, because if there is no strong relation between you and your sponsor, they think you just go to bring random accounts to be your sponsor, and it's a big red flag. So you need to be very, very careful about that, because a lot of visa is denied because of sponsorship. When they can't trace the originality of the sponsor and the visa applicant, they deny the visa. And that is where you hear that the alien cannot prove substantial means of whatever that English they do speak on the visa rejection letter. So to avoid the area of visa denial because of sponsorship, you need to be very, very, very meticulous about who your sponsor is. Try to make sure that their sponsor is the same name with you. You may say, my father does not have passport, or my brother did not have passport, or my sister did not have passport. Somebody that is in line with you does not have passport. That is why you need to plan ahead. Japa no be waiting person to plan overnight. Now a long-term plan and decision. If it take you 1 year, if it take you 2 years, sure you get, because now something where you need to meticulously plan, because any rejection on your passport, it be like stain where on white. You understand what I mean? So it's something you critically plan. Do not let your emotion of jackpot in time affect your plan, because a lot of people have been overwhelmed by the emotion of jackpot in time, and they make the wrong documentation, and in turn it affects the whole plan. So instead of, how do I put it? Instead of being late, instead of, it's better late than never. Sure, you understand? It's better late. It's better that you apply late. Take your time. It could be a year, it could be 6 months, it could be 2 months, it could be 2 years, but your documents are intact. If it will take you to do passport for that person you want to use as your sponsor, if you on your own cannot prove your source of income, you now want to use somebody as your sponsor, it's possible. Like sometimes most of us work online and we earn online that we can't actually say this is your source of income. You can use somebody that has a business name. You understand? You can, people use people as their sponsor. You just have to equip that person to look like your sponsor, because you know that you trying to prove you are being self-sponsored will actually take a long way, because it will the processes of trying to prove your own source of income is quite complicated. You can use somebody. So that person, you need to take out time, prepare that person. It's more like you want to send somebody to war. You need to wear the person what? You need to wear the person what? The war what? Attire. Give them passports. Work passport for the person. If it's your father, if it's your mother, work passports for them. Do express of the passport so that you can use the passport. Because it's more understandable that my father is sponsoring me, my mother is sponsoring me. But you're saying your father or your mother doesn't have passport. Do passport for them. It won't take how many months? I want to travel in time, I want to travel in time. No, you need to calm down, because once you are in a hurry, you may lule. My people from Nigeria will understand what I mean. Once you are in a hurry, lule. So when you lule, lala koko, you come back on the second one. So to avoid lule, you need to actually make it very, 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 very. You need to make it very look. What's it called? You need to make it look very, very authentic. You need to take your time. You need to take your time to arrange your document. Do not assume that this one is not here. Let me do this one. No. That one that is not here, try to get it. Because that is what they require. Don't say, as this one no day, make I use this one. Do not let your emotions overwhelm the process. Instead, let the process overwhelm your emotion. You understand? Reduce your emotion and increase the process of getting those requirements, because that is what they require, not what you want to do. It is what they want that you will do, not what you want to do. That's why I always advise people that once you are applying for visa, try to go on the website, look for their they have checklist. Like they have list of requirements. Download the checklist. Put it on hard copy. Like download the checklist. When you download the checklist, write it down. And when you write it down, you tick the ones you have. For example, now if they say requirement, international passport, you tick, I have. Passport photograph, I have, you tick. Like that, now you know that everything they require, you have it. Then like that, now you can beat your chest that this visa application, now I serve village people, but for documentation, it's sure for you. You understand? So you need to get everything, even if it's not everything. Out of 100, try get 80. Best way get 80 pass. Best way get 80, we get 70 pass. That's why we usually advise people, no go forge. If you forge, they know. I've seen a situation where somebody was denied visa because of employment issue. Employment issue. What do I mean employment issue? Date. The person was employed by maybe a third-party recruiting company, and he can't get the actual employment letter because he was not given the direct employment letter, and the recruitment company gave him employment letter. The visa was denied because they sense a bit of ingenuity and the old stuff. You understand? So just try to make sure that your documents are actually intact. I promise that this video will not be too long, and that's why I'm trying to break it down as much as I can and give you the exact details, because it is when your documents are complete and intact, that is when you can actually boast of at least a level of success in your visa approval. So like I said, this video is talking about sponsorship, and on that part of sponsorship, don't allow the agent that is doing your proof of fund to drop the money in your account like, like heavenly rain. The thing just lands, they just drop the money. For example, 5 million, they just drop the 5 million in your account, they now tell you, go and start using the account, and the money will be there for like 3 months. If the requirement is 3 months back statement, the money will not be there for like 3 months. You will not be doing transaction of 50k, 100k, 200k for that next 3 months, whereas you just received the 5 million naira once in that account. They will not lock it. No, it's not something that will be locked. They will still be in control of the money. They can lock it. It's not your money, but let them shuffle the money. When you want to play what, you're shuffling what, you shuffle what. As they put 5 million naira, tomorrow let them remove 2 million. Let them remove 2 million. The next day, let them put back 1.5. Let them debit 500. The following day, let them put back that 2 million. You understand? It will make the account look so real. I've seen somebody that actually provided a statement of account of around 400 pages. Yes, this is life. 400 pages of statement of account. Even when the visa officer will see that type of statement safe, you know that no, this account is legit. When you go through it, you see the transaction dropping. Don't man, that they work, but the working guy is the A level. You know what they mean by A level working. You understand? Don't go and forge that you want to do Photoshop account and all of that. They have verifications. Banks also have stamps, and they know if you want to forge a Zenith Bank account. Do you know how many Zenith Bank statement of accounts is on their table? You want to forge a First Bank statement of accounts. You know how many statement of accounts from First Bank that is on their table. And once that slight mistake on your Photoshop can cost you your visa application. So take your time. If you are chasing January intake, it's not a crime to miss it. There is August intake. Then you are now denied visa because of the mistake of being in a hurry. So please guys, Jackpot is everybody's dream at the moment, while we still pray for better, you know what I mean. But at the same time, let us do what is right. You understand? So about sponsorship, if you have any question or anything that is still confusing you, that you're not clear on sponsorship, please drop it on the comment section. I'll do my best to answer to the best of my knowledge. And also I will also be dropping a next video soon about visa interviews and questions. So please turn on the notification bell to know when I drop that video, so that you can also learn and know how to go about your visa applications and all of that stuff. Because my dream is your dream. I wish you what you wish yourself. And what is your wish? You wish to succeed in all this stuff. So till I come your way again, I am Kingsley Okore, and I'm here to help you achieve your dream. See you.